Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to take the second class of stereochemistry. So in this class the first topic is stereoselective and stereospecific reaction. These are the two similar terms and it is tell about the different stereoisomeric outcome of the reactions. So let's start with the stereoselective reaction, right? So in case of stereoselective reaction, there are they give two different isomers as product. So in case of stereoselective reaction, they give two or more products and we have to select the major product among them, right? So when we take a look on the examples, this is our 2-iodobutane, right? So 2-iodobutane, this is the simpler structure of 2-iodobutane. When it dehalogenation of these 2-iodobutane takes place, then it form trans 2-butene and cis 2-butene. So what is dehalogenation? The elimination of halogen atom. Here the halogen atom is eliminated and it forms cis and trans butene, right? So here two types of products are formed. One is trans and another is cis, and this is our major product and this is our minor product, right? So we have to select the major product here. So this is our example of stereoselective reaction, right? Now we'll discuss stereospecific reactions. In stereospecific reaction, a particular stereoisomer of starting material give a particular stereoisomer for a product. So a specific product came from a specific reactant. In case of stereoselective reaction, there are more than one product and we have to select the major product among them, right? So we have to select the major product from more than one product. So the reaction is stereoselective reaction. But here one specific product or one specific stereoisomer product is formed from specific stereoisomeric reactant. So this is stereospecific reaction, right? The two more important terms are anti and syn addition, right? So what is syn and what is anti addition? When the addition of an alkene, right? When addition reaction occur in case of alkene, the group added either on the same side of the double bond or opposite side of the double bond. When the group added in the same side of the double bond, then it is known as syn addition reaction, and when it happen on the opposite side of the double bond, then it is known as anti addition reaction, right? So the example of stereospecific reaction is our reaction, anti addition reaction of alkene and bromine, right? Now we'll discuss about the anti addition reaction of alkene with bromine. So in case of alkene, there are two possible isomers. One is cis isomer and another is trans isomer. So we take both cis 2-butene, trans 2-butene and cis 2-butene. So in case of trans 2-butene, when it react with bromine, it produces meso compound. Meso compounds are the compounds which have one plane of symmetry, right? In my previous video I discussed about it. It contains one plane of symmetry and one half of the molecule is the mirror image of another half of the molecule. So these are the meso compounds, right? So when trans 2-butene react with bromine, it produces what? Meso compound. In case of cis 2-butene, when it react with bromine, it produces two product. One is compound A, another is compound B, right? And these two compounds are mirror images of each other. So they are enantiomer with each other. So in case of cis 2-butene, it produces the mixture of enantiomer or racemic mixture, right? So this is specific, this outcome is specific for a particular reaction, right? Cis 2 butene never give a product of meso compounds, and trans 2 butene never give a product of enantiomers. So these products are specific for specific reactants. Trans 2 butene specific for meso compounds, and cis 2 butene is also specific for enantiomer. So this is the example of a stereospecific reaction. So stereospecificity describes about the reaction mechanism, and stereoselectivity describe about the reaction outcome. So one reaction is both can be of both stereoselective and stereospecific at the same time, since it describe about the different aspects of the same reaction. Now coming to the previous year question papers. This related question come in 2019, which is anti-addition of bromine to trans 2 butene yields which of the following. So we already studied in details about the reaction, anti-addition reaction of bromine with trans 2 butene. So the right answer here is only meso compounds, right? Because an enantiomer and racemic mixture are formed in case of cis 2 butene, right? So this is not possible. So the right answer here is only the meso compounds. Now coming to the second question, which came in GPAT 2017. When trans 2 butene is treated with bromine, an anti-addition of bromine yields meso 2,3-dibromobutane. Select the correct statement. Here the correct statement is the reaction is stereoselective as well as stereospecific. The reaction is both stereoselective and stereospecific. So A is the right answer here. Coming to the third question. Which of the following is example of invert sugar? Option number A is sucralose, lactulose, lactose or sucrose. Here the right answer is sucrose. Sucrose is our invert sugar. Let's see the explanation. So sucrose is dextrorotatory compound. It rotates the plane of polarized light to the right direction. So it is dextrorotatory. But when hydrolysis of sucrose takes place, it breaks down into dextrorotatory glucose and levorotatory fructose. Thus, the hydrolysis of sucrose brings about a change in the sign of rotation from dextro to levo. So, here the inversion of optical activity takes place. So, sucrose is named as invert sugar. So, here D is the right option. Now, coming to the fourth question. If two monosaccharides differ in their structure around a single carbon atom, they are called as apimers, dimers, trios or trimers. So here the right answer is apimer, because let's see the explanation. When two sugars differ only in the configuration around one carbon atom, they are called as apimer of each other, right? So here sugar means monosaccharides, right? So let's see the examples of apimers. They are D-glucose and D-mannose. Let's see the structures of D-mannose and D-glucose. The only difference between these two structure is the carbon number 2, the configuration in carbon number 2, right? So they are apimer to each other, and in between D-glucose and D-galactose, they are apimers to each other because they differ only in the configuration in carbon number 4, right? So here A is the right answer. Now coming to the fifth question, galactose and glucose are apimers, anomers, isomers or ketoaldose isomers. So we already explained in our previous question that galactose and glucose are apimers to each other. So here also apimers is the right answer. This is the structure of glucose and galactose. So they are apimers to each other, right? Now coming to the next question, which of the following reagents will reduce a disubstituted alkyne to transalkene? So here sodium and ammonia is the right answer. Let's see the explanation. So reduction of alkyne to alkene or transalkene takes place in presence of sodium dissolved in ammonia solvent, right? Let's see the mechanism of the reaction. Here what happens, sodium atom donates an electron to the triple bond or alkyne. So sodium atom denotes its electron to the triple bond, right? And it converts this alkyne to radical anion, right? Then this intermediate react with the ammonia, and the ammonia give its proton to the anion. In the next step, sodium denotes another electron and which react with the radical and it produce carbon ion. And the next step again protonation takes place and transalkene produced, right? So the right answer is our sodium and ammonia. That's all for this video, and I will be covering more questions in my upcoming videos. And please feel free to ask any question, any suggestion in the comment section. Thank you.